Gotta dress and match. Got my match the shirt.
Yeah,
looking good.
A little fit.
Right.
You look good too, baby.
Thank you. Likewise.
I don't know if I got. Oh, I do got my Kim K. Okay, that was a nice little cool mix we had there. This is DJ LV. We are live and direct right here on OzCat Radio on the Bay Sesh, 89.5 FM, KZCT, every week, 3 to 6 p.m. And I'm here all the way live with our favorite guest, Sam Humeid. Welcome, Sam.
Hey, good to be here.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I got traffic and weather together. Weather sucks, traffic sucks.
Yeah.
Back to you.
What did you think about flying in today with this smoke and everything?
Oh man, no, I drove in last night. Yesterday, so I drove in yesterday. Everything was normal. Went to bed, woke in my hotel, woke up this morning, and I thought I had slept for like 36 hours. So it was nighttime again. I'm like, what just happened?
What did happen? Well, we've got a ton of fires.
Right.
So that happened. It's really crazy, though. I mean, right now, I have to tell you, I'm pretty upset because the farm I've been working on is getting rained on by ash, and I'm gonna lose money. Significant. I'm gonna lose thousands of dollars in work from that.
Sure.
But the farm and all the other farms getting ash rained down on them are really gonna lose a lot of money.
Right.
On the flip side, the price of product is gonna go up.
A lot.
A lot. So that's an interesting. That's just the way she blows, and that's what supply and demand of economics are all about. But this is gonna be this is very early from fire season. And it's already been disastrous. And of course, there's just the fire's still burning and then new fire starting from those.
Sure.
And I guess it was like a car that started the fire up in Mendocino. The Mendocino, and the other part of it is that like we've got this one right close to us that is, halfway through Fairfield.
Oh, yeah.
And then if that goes east anymore, it's like it's not impossible for that one, the Wall Bridge fire, to connect with the Pillsbury fire or whatever they're calling it up there in Mendocino, in which case that would be like a whole nother level of fires. So
right, I don't think people who listen on outside of California or Vallejo even know what the topography around here is like. They think it's maybe just sprawling suburbs like Los Angeles, and it's not. Between these little community cities is wild, thousands of acres of open land.
Mountains, open lands, steep mountains, heavily wooded forests.
Yeah. A lot of fuel for a fire to catch and run without anything stopping it.
Yeah,
Nothing.
And also really steep terrain for firefighters to be able to go up and down over to fight the fires, you know what I mean?
Right. So I have friends on the East Coast like, how come they don't contain this? It seems so easy. Why don't they just throw some planes in there? Like, it's not that simple. It's not just a neighborhood where you just fly over and drop retardant. It is miles and miles and miles of open space and a fire that's moving faster than cars.
California is a really big state. Northern California alone is a really big state.
Right.
Or whatever, we'd like to be our own state. We're cool about it.
We're our own independent break
We're
country.
our own independent state. We're the 52nd state. Are we counting Puerto Rico and whatnot? The colonies? I think
Why
they count.
Not?
I
Why
think they
not?
count.
I think we have like 75 states at this point.
Yeah, it's like 75. I mean, 75 poorly managed states.
And DC.
And then there's DC. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad you're here, man.
Yeah, I mean, at least your fires up here are naturally caused. Our fires in Southern California are caused by knuckleheads doing baby reveals.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the big fire out by Magic Mountain, it was caused by someone doing a pyrotechnic baby reveal.
The gender reveal.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Have we seen these schmucks' faces yet? Because I have been looking. I want to see their faces.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to see the faces of these schmucks that did this.
Right? $8 million in restitution so far. $8 million.
Way more than that. Is that Southern California or is that near Fresno?
That's Southern California. That's like near Magic Mountain.
Oh, that's like San Bernardino.
Yeah,
So there's something in Fresno because it's which one? I mean, yeah, I can't even. Yeah.
You can't even explain unless you go online and see the pictures of what it's like outside right now. It's bananas. It's literally the sky is bright orange or bright red, depending on where you're sitting out in the city or the state. It's apocalyptic. It's like Mars.
All the way up to Oregon, really.
Yeah. If you ever went to bed and like, I wonder what life would be like if I woke up tomorrow and everything was different. Today is that day. Today is absolutely 100% that day. Everything
sure
is different.
Yeah, it's hella different.
It's
as we
wild. But yeah, so I'm stoked to be here, and I wanted to come up here specifically because one, you're back, and then yay! It's good to
welcome back me to the studio.
Yeah, good to have you back,
dude. Thanks for coming and doing my show.
Oh, that was the coolest thing in the world, and that's why I wanted to come back because, like, how do you repay an opportunity like that to be the DJ during a primetime show?
Actually, I had such fun. I was on the mountain working, and I was listening. The whole farm was listening to the show, and we were so happy to hear you shout us out. And,
it was fun as hell.
It was so fun. It was like definitely some cannabis community action.
Right, and, 100%.
Yeah, not everybody gets to come on my show, but you did, and you give so much honor and respect to our little community radio station every time you come through. Too.
This is rad.
Ozcat Radio. In my opinion, it is the coolest community radio station in the world.
Oh yeah, I describe you guys as the KCRW for North Bay.
Right.
To my LA friends, they're like, what is that? Like, it's like KCRW. Like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. I know. But anyway, so I have this CD.
Okay.
It's from my Wall of Fame. It's from a band. So I had a dispensary in LA years and years ago, like, if you didn't know. I catered to a lot of celebrity clientele. And one of the people that happened to have a space near me was a music studio owned by a guy named Victor Newman, a very prolific hip-hop producer. And he had put together a band called Radio Traffic, and they had licensed the song Cali Livin', or no, the song from the Mamas and Papas. And so they remixed into their song called Cali Livin', and they got Snoop Dogg to be on it as well. Super cool song, great remix. So Universal Music owned the CD. They were ready to launch it out, and then they decided to go with a different remix of another 70s classic song, which didn't catch the same way this one probably would have. And that whole idea of let's remix 70s into hip hop fizzled out. So I have...
That's too bad.
It's really too bad. I'm hoping this will be the resurrection of it, because this is a really, really, really great song for all of this. So in 2010, they made this song called Cali Livin', and then it went through all of its rigmaroles and whatnot, and in 2012, they finally released the official promo. So what I have is an unreleased promo that was printed and just for me, just for 420 gifts to my 100 VIP customers in my dispensary.
Unbelievable.
Right. So
and we get to hear it, folks, right here on the Bay Sesh on Ozcat Radio in Vallejo.
Right. And it's never been heard before on American radio, ever.
Never been heard before on American radio. Do you hear that, folks? That's why Vallejo's the coolest music town ever.
Right. Like, they played it in Chicago, I think, or Detroit for a test run to see how it would do. But that was the 2012 version. So this is an unheard version released in 2010 that I actually had to print myself on CDs because they couldn't get the CDs to me in time. There was a big licensing issue at the last second for my 420 party.
Right.
They're like, you have to do it yourself then. I'm like, shit. Sorry, my language is 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So me and my buddies, the night before my 420 party at my dispensary, were there with desktop computers with CDRWs, banging out copies of this CD of this song, getting them ready for gifts to my customers for 420.
That's what's up.
Yeah, super cool. So Victor Newman now is in Japan. He's a huge DJ out there, music producer and whatnot, killing the scene out there. And Snoop is Snoop, and I'm me, and you're you, and we're all killing it. But so once I pull this thing out of this packaging, it's literally...
Oh, you actually have to pull it out of the packaging?
This is the actual CD in the case. Like, this CD's been on my wall for 10 years. It's never come out. It's never come out.
All right. Well, hey, let's take a little quick music break.
Sure.
And because I want to play this song. This is right along in the same vein. I heard actually the other 89.5 KPOO that's more in San Francisco. Shout out to them, our sister station.
Whoop, whoop.
The gal who did the show around 10 to 12 played this song, and I was like, yeah, that needs to go on the show. It's a classic Wild Wild West by Will Smith off of the Millennium, which is hilarious. The Millennium album.
Oh gosh.
But for real, we are living in the Wild Wild West.
Oh my gosh.
For real, for real. So we'll take a quick smoke / song break and get that track ready. I can't wait to hear it. You're here with DJ LV and Sam Humeid of Flamin' Leaf on the Bay Sesh, 89.5 FM, KZCT Vallejo.
And like, what you?
Hey, what's this?
Right. What?
Really?
Yes, I got to pull this thing out of here now. This mic is still live though too. Just
Okay,
away.
yeah. Shout out to the video.
I'm gonna just go on. I'm gonna pick my own. I'm gonna put something else.
Yeah. So
I
2000.
wonder what Joe Rogan does.
Right. 2010. I got this CD, packaged it because I knew it was a one of a kind thing. And this is the first time I've opened it since I packaged it. Every man worth his salt has a knife in his pocket. Just a small pocket knife. Just FYI. You don't have to hurt anyone with it.
No, you don't. It can be useful for
but they're very
many more
handy.
things than hurting people. No, and all the videos out there, trust us, we don't want to be wearing our masks right now.
Right.
But hey, you got to do what you got to do. And it is what it is.
Have you done the COVID test yet?
No,
Oh,
have you?
yeah, it sucks so bad. You want to check that out, make sure it works?
Oh, I'm pretty scratched up.
Is it really?
Yes.
No, I just come to tape on
Hopefully
it.
it's good.
You want me to get some toothpaste and clean it?
Toothpaste.
Yeah, if you get a bleaching toothpaste, it just has enough abrasive in there to wipe off all the scratches. Worst case scenario, we can just pull it off the internet, I think. I think there's another version, but you don't know the difference. Where did that thing go? Anyway, we gotta find the center piece for that thing again.
I should have played Staying Alive for you when you walked in.
I'll clean this thing up for you. Yeah, we definitely wouldn't play with those tape marks. For those of my young fans, this is a compact disc. Laser light shoots on here and music shoots back into the computer.
Laser thieves. You gotta love it.
Some days I feel old. Is it still cold 2 hours out of the fridge? Oh, it is a beer. I brought a beer. And I'm like, do you want a beer?
I don't drink anymore.
Oh, good for you. I don't really drink either. It just seems appropriate to be drinking a beer for the show. Oh, I did bring some killer fucking weed from down south. Check this out. Some rosé from the distributor in LA. It's a great sativa. Super uppity.
There are so many versions of rosé out there. I feel.
This reminds me of a strain I used
Nothing
to...
like the rosé I know.
Right? This
Yes.
reminds me of sour cheese. The strain I used to call sour diesel across the UK
Did I have
cheese.
you try out this Afrikaans yet?
No.
It's like a THCV.
Oh, no
heavy.
way.
And I can get you this white label if you're interested.
Really?
Legal open grow, yeah.
What's it? Let's talk numbers after the mics are off.
Skittles off of the mountain I've just been on.
That is really wild. THCV is something I'm definitively looking for because I cater to a market. It's like I want
Girl
the
Scout cookies?
THCV.
Oh, THCV, yeah.
Yeah, because if
we can get you that.
it's appetite suppressing effects. Do you have a lighter? I can pop
That's
this up.
one thing I was gonna even make you a lighter. I got a torch.
Now you use it for a bottle opener?
Yeah.
Here it is. I got one. I'm prepared. I've got it.
What do you think I should put on now?
Yeah.
No, come on. I heard that. I mean, I got some hot legs. I got the brain. What should I do next?
All right, that was we had no need for the
That was
intro.
Those are his kids too,
That was
yeah?
a young Jaden Smith and a younger then now Will Smith, Wild West. Remember that song? What was that movie?
The Wild Wild West.
Back to the Future 3, was it? Or no, it was Wild Wild West. Yeah, but they were in the Wild West and Back to the Future 3, though.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Good memory. Good memory. Absolutely correct.
All right, so let's see if we can get this Snoop Dogg song to play. Do you know what track it is on the CD?
It's the only track on the CD. Is there 12 tracks on the CD?
There's 12 tracks on the CD.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Again, I've never taken the CD off the racks. I have no idea.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure it's just the one song.
It's clean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No bad words. Unless you think mayonnaise and mustard are bad words.
So, it's a Wild West song, so. Okay. CD2 right here. And.
Yep, that's it.
Is it? Okay. So once again, folks, if you just tuned in, I'm here with Sam Humeid. This is the Bay Sesh, and we are going to premiere for the first time ever on American radio a track that he has by Snoop Dogg called
Cali Livin'.
Cali Livin'.
Performed by Radio Traffic, produced by Victor Newman, David Cochrane, and Jason Dees. The Cali Livin' featuring Snoop Dogg, Sly Doggy, and dubstep remixes are performed by Radio Traffic, Victor Newman, David Cochrane, Jason Dees, and Christian Davis. So there's 2 songs on there.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. There's some dubstep remixes would have been cooler, man. But hey, let's just play this.
Both of them will be
First
unheard of
time
ever.
Yeah.
Play them both then.
You heard it right here, folks. Here we go.
Or least in the morning.
What it do? It's your boy Big Snoop Dogg. Win-win clothing. Big Newman. It's California lifestyle we live. Yeah. Sunset, palm trees. Let's get it.
Oh yeah.
Right? This is such a great song.
It's the king of the coast, I ride and do the most. Let me kick something smooth for my young kinfolk. Kush, blunts, Henny, and Coke. A cute little chick that'll do what you want. That's the way I live, and that's every day. Killer, capper, oh now yeah. Let me show you, I know you've been waiting and hating on me, but I'm
Yes, I can't believe Universal didn't want this. Like, they went with something else instead. Like, it's such a fun song. I can't believe they blew it.
We ain't never leaving.
Yeah, so it was ready to be released, and they had a whole bunch of like legal issues at the last second, and they had to pull the plug on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so sad. Well, that
This
plays.
is not an ashtray.
This has THCV in it. What is it called?
ACV.
Afrikaans?
They're calling it Afrikaans. It's actually a South African land race.
So it's a ruderalis.
Huh?
It's a ruderalis.
A real what?
A ruderalis.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's a land race? The Skittles is fire. Oh, did you smell?
Interesting. This is delicious smelling. Yeah, I can go white label this under plain leaf. That's amazing. I have so many customers that would just go bananas for this.
That's my runts I grew.
Yeah, you grew that?
I grew my runts, yeah.
Oh, that turned out great.
Smells pretty good. You can definitely have some of that.
This is great for a home grow. This is from the little garden patio out front?
My house,
no
yeah.
way.
This is our wedding cake from the farm I'm working on. Fuck, we killed it. Yeah. That is clean. I've never seen a whole greenhouse have no bugs, no pests. You're just trying to pour it, like swim in that over there? You're
Right.
like, give me the turn.
If I can inhale a few bugs, you never know. Those are delicious smelling.
Wow, look at these guys. Every single day. Cheers.
So those.
I'll do some of my tincture with you.
Oh, I did some. I'm feeling that already.
Feeling it, right?
Woo! Is this your label on the tincture?
No. Yo, there it was. That was an exclusive premiere of a Snoop Dogg song. You heard it first right here on OzCat Radio. Sam Humeid of Flamin' Leaf is in the house, and he brought the track all the way up from San Diego.
Right.
We are Vallejo famous right here.
Whoop, whoop.
That makes me think of this other song by some folks that came in here a few months ago, the Collective Conscious. They're from Sonoma County, or that's where they're at, and they got a song called California Days.
Okay.
And the song video has just topped 1.4 million views
Good for them.
since July.
Wow.
Yeah, they're killing it. And another local 707 band. So I'm gonna get right into that, and then we'll come back and have some more chat about all these flowers that you brought in, because we love flowers,
Oh, yeah.
and we love dabs,
Yeah.
and we love tinctures,
Yep, yep.
and we love funguses.
And our fans.
And our fans, and we love you, Vallejo. So thanks for tuning in. This is DJ LV with the Bay Sesh here with Sam Humeid of Flamin' Leaf on OzCat Radio. I'm gonna play this song "California Days" by Collective Conscious. Whoa, and hold on for a second. I'm playing it something on a different app. I gotta make sure. There we go. Turn off this app. Turn on this app. Bam. Check out the video, or come on, watch the video. Oops. Feel like
You're good. I'm still gonna try to find the pieces. Plastic piece that was lying around. So weird. A lot of things just go flying and they just disappear.
What'd you lose?
There's a little plastic plug that goes into holds the CD in place,
We'll find it.
and it went flying out.
Did it? Is it a little? No.
I mean, it can't go far. I didn't go anywhere. So weird. How does something disappear in a 3-foot square area? Oh, right. Gotta make sure. Oh, this stuff, pain reliever. Oh, some possum
Fairway
face.
Design there from up here.
The best. Ned's company, the best.
Soft gels, huh?
These are from Pre-64.
That's nice. I like how it's like a pill
Yeah, they're
in
like,
a box. Like, that's amazing.
yeah, and that thing comes in a box also. So it comes very professionally looking, sealed. What a best pain reliever ever.
Yeah, they're actually out of Marin.
Yeah, they had a Hall of Flowers party a couple years ago. Then when I came here the first time, I had just left their party.
Yeah.
That night that I came here with Lisa at midnight when you had the midnight show,
Yeah.
we literally
You gotta shout her
we left their party at Hall of Flowers to come here to do your show. And that was the first time I ever did your show.
Maybe catch some waves, maybe catch some rays, maybe catch some rays out in the East Bay. I love the Golden State, yeah, I'm loving the weather. Let's go dance to Coachella, let's go dance to Coachella. It's the California days.
He gets a Coachella.
I just miss those summer days where we stay up all night. It's the California days and the California nights. I just miss those summer days where we stay up all night.
Yeah, there it was. That was the Collective Conscious California Days. They're another friend of the show. They've been in the station, fellow cannabis workers and all that. And that song, I can't believe it. They're killing it, dude. Their song just topped 1.4 million. And so amazing.
1.4 million views. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're really talented too. Their sound is very smooth. What's their background in music?
I'm not really sure. That was such a hectic show. They came in with Teeny Santana. It was her interview, but she brought them in, and then they did some music. It was a hectic show.
They played in here live?
Yeah, they played in here live.
No
I actually
way.
have the live recording, but
Is there a link to that somewhere?
I can't lie. I wish I was a little more organized with this show this week, but
Right.
it's been just distracting what's going on.
Right. I won't judge, but yeah, if you find a link to that live set, I'd love to see that.
Oh, I do. For sure. I'll definitely throw it down one of these days soon. So, what were we just talking about off the air? We were talking about, flowers. I showed you a bunch of flowers. Shout out to all the
Bunch of
farmers.
flowers,
I don't know
yeah.
if you're listening on your way in, but I'm not afraid to say it again. Shout out to all the farmers. Shout out to the Emerald Triangle. And I gotta take this mask off. I can't breathe. I can't. But you know, I mean, people at this point maybe might want to start wearing 2 masks or whatever it is, because apparently the N95 mask doesn't protect you against COVID, but
never has.
But these masks don't protect us against smoke. So,
Right.
I wonder how many firefighters out there, man, doing that thing. Shout out to all the firefighters or
yeah.
anybody of a family of a firefighter who's listening. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for letting your family members go and help the whole world, including those who have family members in prison who are fighting fires.
Right? At
Yeah.
slave labor wages.
At slave labor wages. Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, international folks coming in to fight fires too.
Yeah.
Australia's in the house. All kinds of people, yeah.
I'll take some of this tincture I made. Yeah.
That is really good tincture, by the way. It hit me fast.
It's a high quality keef, high quality everything in there. A micro dose with a macro dose. That's how we like to do it.
Exactly.
So tell me more about Flame and Leaf, your cannabis delivery service.
Oh,
I
boy.
see. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, so last time I talked to you guys, last time I was here, actually, I promised the world that I'd have a new website up, and I do. So that's
cool.
hooray. I'm not too.
What is it?
Flameandleaf.com.
Flameandleaf.com.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
still the same website, just new design of
Nice.
everything. So it wasn't like you. I was just so scattered this past year trying to put things together.
Yeah.
Like my website just looked like a vomit of just everything. Like what do you have for effects? Everything, flashing lights and everything. It was just garbage. So I streamlined all that back down to a very simple website. Still working up my shopping cart issues, but otherwise it's working out pretty well. And yeah, now I'm sort of dealing with city council issues like I was back December of last year. To recap, I had found a location in the desert in Southern California in a small city called Hesperia, who allowed for medical cannabis delivery only. So I pounced on that opportunity and found one of the handful of locations to do it and held onto the property before licensing it so I can go through all of the what we like to call extinction events that have happened in the past few years to the industry, not like dinosaurs, but like people in the industry, if you were small, had to suffer through massive issues like destroying all of your product for wasn't and no longer lab compliant to certain dates. So a lot of small people were pushed out of business and were crushed. So I knew this wave of stuff was coming, and I did my due diligence to stay out of harm's way. And come time to file my permits and do everything as contractually agreed to with the city, they tell me they decided to change their minds at the last minute and renege on their contract. So that was at the December of last year.
Right.
So 3 months of diligent diplomacy, I would say, going to city council, talking to them, showing them all the issues, going, I'm here to help. I'm not one of these people you're scared of. I'm not one of these drug dealers. I'm not a placeholder. I'm not any of the things you're terrified of. In fact, I've done everything right, and you guys screwed me. Reached now to the point, COVID then hit, everything shut down. Finally got my lawyers able to file the claim for damages, and this is where I start to get into the point where, like, okay, I totally get all the riots now, because you literally, you can't sue City Hall. Like, they totally blatantly screwed me,
Yeah.
and there's nothing I can do except say, you screwed me, give me money for everything that happened, and then have them tell me, go kick rocks.
That's how I feel about my student loan, my Sally Mae student loan.
Yeah.
There's nobody to even call. You know, the federal student loans, they don't even have an office you can call.
Right.
There's nobody you can contact.
Right.
And they made a huge mistake, which cost me $20,000. And I can't even call anybody to talk to them about it, let alone try to figure out how to sue an invisible force.
Sure. So when I see people like getting mad and burning down City Hall because nothing is happening, there's all this injustice, and I'm like, I get it. I get it on a whole different level now. Like, if you can't get justice, what do you do next?
No justice, no peace.
Right. I'm in that same bracket right now. Like, I totally feel for everybody that's fighting against all these things, and I've been through the cannabis rigmarole with suing the cities and whatnot. But this is one of those special situations where it's like, it's clearly it almost feels like a discrimination and prejudice against an industry by a bunch of good old boys.
Absolutely. And they'll take your money, but they won't support you like they do. I mean, the interesting contrast about it is like, you know, regular big ag,
right.
And ag has an insane amount of incentives. You know, they're
Sure.
burning through our water. They're burning through a lot of our natural resources, and the regulations around them are so distorted and messed up that they have to waste massive amounts of water in order to be in like their certain, you know, to use the water to be in their certain price
Right.
point. And the obvious contrast there is they're charging cannabis to use water at all.
Right.
It's like, you know, and you know, the hemp industry it's really interesting that the hemp industry, you know, and the national hemp thing will change that, and hemp doesn't count as cannabis and doesn't
Sure.
fall under all those regulations. It goes right into the big ag area.
Right.
Although it is, you know, I guess can't be, unless you have too much THC in your hemp, then you're screwed.
Right. And actually, have you heard of the new controversy there?
No.
There's an organization, it's a trade organization for the cannabis industry called the California Cannabis Industry Association. And from what I hear through the grapevine is that while the board of directors, this is all as I hear it, I'm not sure if this is 100% fact, but as I hear it, the board of directors were still leading on their membership base that, yeah, we're still fighting for cannabis legalization and expansion of access and all of these fun things. And then once it became discovered that all of their efforts had actually been used to forward hemp regulation and legalization and not cannabis legalization at all, not even a bit, everybody's like up in arms. So like, people feel like they got the shaft. Like, cannabis reaches end, and the people who were in the hemp business said, "Oh, let's take that momentum forward and just shift it over here to our stuff instead." And they took the prize and ran.
Yeah.
So now there's a big kerfuffle. And it's inter-industry, inter-grower, inter-farmer, inter-hemp versus cannabis. 2021 is going to be a very interesting year. It's not going to be kumbaya, like we're all together and it's the same thing. One's just slightly different. It's definitive. The lines have been drawn. The lines of war have been drawn in the cannabis industry now.
I think, yeah, that. And also I was thinking today about, you know, because it's really sinking in for me today, that the ash is falling on a huge amount of crops right now. And like I said, my farm had to pull one of their greenhouses early, and it's not going to be as good of quality, and people are going to lose a lot of that, and the supply is going to be diminished. And this is California's one of the biggest industries, especially with everything else that's been going on with
Exactly.
2020. And, you know, I think it's obvious that, well, it's been made essential. They didn't quite explain why it was made essential. But
Tax money,
right? I mean, I would, in an ideal world, think, oh, they made it essential because it is an essential medicine to so many people.
Negative.
But I don't think that that's why it was made essential. So now that that industry is being affected in the state right now, we're really going to see how much we depend on cannabis in this state and for tax monies and everything like that. I mean, we wouldn't even have the money. I don't want to say we wouldn't have the money, but it's, you know, funding for the National Guard or national services, emergency services, right?
Right.
That we desperately need at this moment.
Right.
Would that, I don't think the pot wouldn't be as big if it wasn't for cannabis.
No, it wouldn't.
No. And so, you know, hopefully they divert some of those enforcement funds over to emergency services, you know.
No.
Enforcement doesn't seem necessary. And yeah, shout out to I don't want to misspeak, but we were talking about no justice, no peace. We had an incident here in the last few weeks where a young man got shot. His mother brought him to the hospital, to Kaiser, and they wouldn't treat him, and he died.
No, how come?
It was all on video. They were, I don't know, like I said, I don't want to misspeak, and I don't even, I'm overwhelmed with information. I don't have his name. I did see that the ER person who was speaking so rudely to her and wasn't was put on leave, but I don't think that's enough. It was just a blatant racist situation or something around. They should have called 911 or proper paperwork having to do with a gunshot wound or something like that. I'm not sure the details, but the tragedy is that we lost this young man.
Right.
And we, of course, had the police shooting of Sean Monterosa at the beginning of the riots, which you've been, around a few times for talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
All unresolved. And these moments where things are become unresolved are,
Well, the police have the same thing that I'm fighting with city council, sovereign immunity. Police have a protected immunity. They can do things in the job and not get...
Yeah, and that's just it's so backwards because... What point, or maybe it never was, but at what point were our publicly elected representatives our enemies?
Right.
At what point was their word gonna shut down our word? They're our servants.
Right.
And if they don't want to be our servants, I don't think they should be allowed to do those jobs or get paid for those jobs.
100% agree. The problem is training. There's a lack of training. Every
but
military.
It's across, police training, government,
Sure.
like the situation you're dealing with, like you're saying, it's the same thing. You're not getting justice. You're not being treated like a valuable member of the community, and everyone's a valuable member of the community.
Sure, but if you're in government, you like
pay
to live
taxes
with impunity.
Yeah.
So like if you get a job at the post office, you'll never be fired. That sort of mentality goes into now City Hall. So they can just do whatever they want as long as it's not breaking ethical boundaries and ruin people's destinies and lives because they think it's the right thing to do during their short tenure in office. It's really unfortunate. The police officer issue, though, is a whole other... We could spend a whole sesh just talking about that.
We sure could. And
but the short of it is that it's since the North Hollywood shooting in North Hollywood, California, that was 20 years ago, was the first time that the police were outgunned by a four-man operation. They had machine guns, full body armor, helmets, the whole shebang, and for like a good 8 hours, 4 people held down all of LAPD. And that's when the whole world went on its end as far as law enforcement went.
Right.
And that's when they started importing all of the excess military gear and everything else that they needed to be able to build up in case something like this happened again. The reverberation of that is the Second Amendment, and lunatics are like, well, if the cops are building up, I need to build up. And then they build up too. And then there's lack of training because, again, there's more people, more jobs, it's becoming more dangerous, and there's just not enough time to send these people out to do the jobs that we're asking them to do when they should be doing police work.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And we forget about those things as citizens. Like, where's the police? We need to get our cat out of a tree. No, you don't need to get police to get the cat out of the tree. Police have other things to do, like figure out who did the rape and the murder down the street. Yeah, like, stop being a Karen. Stop wasting the cops' time.
Stop being a Karen or Kevin.
Right?
Is Kevin a male version of a Karen?
What is the name I came up with him before?
Well, obviously, Chad.
Chad's But yeah, I mean,
Chad either.
Yeah, so I'm with you 100%. Like, I've been on public safety committees. I have friends that are police officers, great friends that are police officers. That do great work every day, and I feel for their cynicism. I understand that they can't talk to a normal person and go, you don't understand what it's like. This perpetrator literally tried to stab me in the face. You're like, oh, I had a problem with the cashier at Ralph's. Like, they're not the same problems.
Right, yeah, they get the social worker, situation.
Right. So people get caught up in their situations. They talk to their friends who are their co-workers, and then it becomes a very cynical world of us versus them.
Right.
And it's not just them, it's everybody. Customer service people, it's us versus them. Police, it's us versus them. It's nurses are us versus them. It's everybody. It's very sad. We need to relinquish that and recognize that we're us.
We are us, yeah. It's us, and we're all in this together.
Yeah, 100%.
I heard another radio, I think it was KPFA, and they were discussing the issue of like road rage was a good example, where people just get like enraged with someone on the road.
Oh, yeah.
But if they were in a smaller community and they might know that person, they might know, hey, that's Sally. Her dad died today.
Right.
That's why she's all over the road. That's why she's not using her thing. And so when we have, these larger group, this big state of California are in these big cities, and we
Sure.
don't know everything what's going on in everyone else's lives, because everyone's going to have their turn. Nobody's
Sure.
perfect. Everybody has their ups and downs. Everyone's
Right.
going to have their bad day. And so, yeah, if it's like your friend and they're all over the road, they just cut me off, but, their dad died, or,
Sure.
I get it. It's cool. You're not going to road rage out on them, because
Right.
they got stuff going on,
Right. Everybody wants to be the judge, jury, and executioner right now while they have the opportunity to do so. I think everybody in their heart of heart feels that the system is failing, and if they don't act as the judge themselves, society's going to collapse without their thumb on the scale.
Yeah.
And there's little bits of that across the board. So it's millions of people all now entering into that vigilante mentality.
Yeah, the vigilantism, it's real right now for sure.
Right.
Well, hey, let's take a quick music break
Sure,
again.
let's
Get
go
some
smoke some
little
weed and
music.
take
Let's
the
go
tension
smoke.
down.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this awesome song by Tracy Chapman and a couple other songs. Thanks for listening. You're listening to DJ LV on the Bay Sesh, OzCat Radio 89.5.
Oh, don't forget to donate.
And don't forget to donate. This is a community support station. You can go to www.ozcatradio.com to donate. And we appreciate every dollar that you send, and we appreciate you listeners out there. We love you. And that man that just reminded me not to forget to donate, his name is Sam Humeid
Right.
of Flame and Leaf. He's one of my favorite guests. I'm going to play this Tracy Chapman song. We're going to smoke a
The
little
more
bit.
you donate, the more I show up and bring
we
stuff.
breezed right through the
The hour, like this is OzCat
420.
Radio. Oh no! See, we get all riled
Never
up and
having too
forget
much
about
fun.
this
We got all
stuff.
riled up. Well, happy 420. I missed the drop. It's
okay.
all good though.
My
I'll play
watch is analog. I can
some
just rewind
Tracy
the time.
Chapman followed by some Mac Drake, because that's how it is on the right here on OzCat Radio.
So, how did we miss 420? We gotta get a night show going.
I know. Actually, I'm gonna pick up a second show.
Talking about a revolution.
Definitely gonna pick up a second night show again.
Yeah,
But
there's
I'm
a lot
looking
of
for
deep
something
shit
more
to
like
talk
10
about.
to 12
Right.
instead of 12 to 2
Nobody's listening at that point. We got some deep shit that we can talk about intellectually level and
Yeah.
really get a good audience from 10 to 12 for
Well,
sure.
I feel like, I play music, and then sometimes you come in. I
Yeah.
don't really, need to have a ton of guests in here. Everyone
Yeah.
wants to come in, but,
Sure.
the afternoon show. But, these times right now, this is also important for us to talk,
Sure.
So I'm going to hang here, and I'm going to... But, do you have paper? I think I have paper.
Here.
Can you smell this? Moonshine melts, dude. This guy, another level. I just smell the mic. You're different.
Oh, wow. That smells so clean.
Dude, it is so clean, so everything.
I don't know if you can hear how clean this is, but this is really, really clean.
Yeah. Loud, that's clean. It's clean and loud. Ugh.
Yeah.
I got this.
Whatever you
You want
want.
the Afrikaans?
Sure. Let's try it. Still tripping on that beat.
And I didn't even do the hour drop. I picked that up.
You want to do it automatically?
But I did drop the, so many times.
Oh, there it is. It went over to your side of the desk. That's why I couldn't fucking find it. This is
yeah.
fucking getting nothing. Oh, much better. Had to wear my Hard Rock Beirut hat. Hats off my.
Wow, did you go there?
Yeah, my brother was there years and years and years ago. Brought me back his hat as a souvenir.
Nice.
So Hard Rock's long since gone, been like leveled. But it was wild. It was like staying there. Like, you don't understand. Like you go into the hotel, it's this beautiful, like modern American hotel.
Yeah.
But on either side of the hotel are these dilapidated buildings with like missile holes through it.
Wow.
That. So like, pretty much what you saw on the news now, what's left of the building is what it looked like back then, except like with a Hard Rock in the middle of all of it. Hats off to my
Play like
buddy
an
from
8-minute
Lebanon.
song. DJ making dope raps is all I know. Wake up in the morning, eat some grits, hit the studio, make some hits. So the back. I'm happy my friends in the record store. Telling you about that California living.
So weird to look outside.
I know, it's still dark
So
out.
bizarre.
Anybody wants to know we're smoking? Oh, not smoking out, but this is wasted. I got a little heart from that.
Ah!
Ready to smoke this is African. THCV. Heavy strain. You know what? I always come correct with these.
Right, now these are bananas. I haven't seen mushrooms like this in a while. Look at these, folks.
Like I said, this one.
Ah! It's a party in Vallejo, folks. It's a party in Vallejo.
Afrikaans. That's what we got to smoke right now.
Yeah, that Afrikaans is THCV. So it's an appetite suppressant. It's a microcannabinoid that not many people know about. These shrooms smell great. So THCV has a lot of medicinal properties that are
It
phenomenal.
might help with diabetes.
I read about that years ago. Yeah. It helps manage your insulin regulation.
Blood sugar.
How it does that, I don't know. I'm not whatchamacallit, endocrinologist. But we know that it works. There is scientific research about it that does show that it works. Are you going to play the other one? The other version too?
Oh, we could.
Yeah, if you want.
Is it? Do you think it's number 2?
Probably. Is there really 12 tracks in that thing?
Yeah.
I'd
But
figure
let's
out.
not play it right now because
Yeah,
I'm going to
no.
play an 8-minute song after this.
Yeah,
so
let's
we
figure
can-
out what it
yeah.
is. You can play the CD too without playing it on the thing, right?
Yeah.
Just scan through it and figure out which song is the right one.
A whole other minute on the song. Remix. Is it upside down or right side up? I'm so over masks, man.
Right?
I hate this shit.
Be glad you don't have facial hair. It's the worst with that.
Oh no!
Especially with
Dude,
scruff.
Everyone's getting the zits, like the ring of zits right here. I have like 5 masks in my car that I
Look
can
like I'm
switch out. I
14.
don't wear the same mask.
The ring of zits.
All right, you just heard a sweet, rare remix of California Living by Mac Dre, the dopest rapper to ever come out of Vallejo, the Bay, maybe California. Rest in peace to him. And I don't know if Miami the Most down the street is listening, but shout out to you, Nibbla is the Thiz, Miami the Most of, I forgot the name of your website, but shout out to you. I've been talking to him a lot. We might be doing a TV show together coming up. So I'm going to play, by the way, it is 4:46 right now. Right here in the studio. The weather outside is
Frightening.
smoky and foggy, and if you happen to have been sleeping still and might have been just opening your eyes and think you'll wake up when the sun comes out, guess what? It's 4:45, dude. The sun's not coming out today.
Right.
Maybe tomorrow. The sun might come out tomorrow.
Might come out tomorrow.
I was playing that song on, I was sharing that song on Facebook. It's such a good song. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. But don't bet your bottom dollar because it might not come out tomorrow.
Right.
But one of these days, it will come out eventually. It's guaranteed.
Right. Oh my God! Did you hear they canceled Halloween in LA?
You know.
Oh, they
I've
did
been
it!
hearing
They did
They
it!
cannot cancel Halloween, okay?
Right?
They cannot cancel.
They have barred
They cannot
trick-or-treating.
cancel. They barred trick-or-treating, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we will pivot and find new ways. And, I mean, I'm dressing up. I'm dressing up
Right.
as Tank Girl. What are you dressing up as?
Oh, I'm going to go out without a mask for the
My
first
friend
time
was-
in 9 months.
Yeah, right? I'm dressing up as somebody who doesn't wear a mask.
I'm going to show my face for the first time in a
I'm
year.
dressing up as a jerk. That would be funny. Like, you could be like Alex Jones or something. Or like Trump.
Right?
That would be funny. I bet there will be a lot of chumps out there, costumes. But
Oh,
me,
I bet.
I'm being Tank Girl.
There you go.
Remember her?
From
The comic book Tank Girl?
Yes.
You
Vaguely.
know, in the future. She's wearing, she'd be wearing masks and stuff like that because they were in the future when there was no more water.
All right.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I wonder how when we're really going to need to wear these masks for some other airborne cataclysmic event. And ta-da! Here we are.
Yeah, you mean the smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, these don't protect us against the smoke.
Yeah, but they make you feel good.
I mean, sometimes I feel good wearing them. Like, I've actually been sneezed on. You'd be surprised how many times I've been sneezed
That's
on
bizarre.
by people without masks on out in public. And
You don't work in a restaurant, so that's really weird.
no, I tried one of the things where you go to the bar. They got the backyard bar open.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm sitting there, and I was like, nobody was wearing a mask. I wasn't this guy. This is months ago. I'm not.
Right.
He sneezed, and he didn't even cover up his sneeze, man.
You get ass kicked for
And
that
then I
now.
had another situation. I was in a greenhouse a few months ago working. It was like 100 degrees. It was so hot. I took my mask off. And this guy sneezed on me. And he was right in front of the fan. So
Of
it blew,
course.
it like took 10 seconds or 5 seconds and it blew onto me. And I was
Of
like,
course.
oh my God, So just for people being gross and rude, I feel good about wearing my mask around strangers.
I like what your mess says. No hoods, no masters.
No
No gods, no masters. I thought it said
masters.
no hoods, no masters.
I believe in human power.
There you go.
I believe in the power of us.
There you go. The power of us is very
Yeah.
powerful.
I don't invest too much in the sky, Grandpa.
Right.
Myself. I feel like it's up to us.
As
And-
long as you're capable of tuning down so you can tune into the infinite intelligence. There's an internet of things in the world that if you want to tap into it intellectually in your brain, you can.
Right?
Like Einstein was able to do this. He was able to pull whatever he needed out of the sky to figure out physics. Anyone can do it. You just sort of change your wavelength of your brain thinking.
Yeah. I mean,
Speaking of which, we need to go smoke some weed.
yeah. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to leave you guys 4:50 right now, almost 5 o'clock. I'm going to play a little Lee Scratch Perry for you. It's DJ LV, the Bay Sesh, Oscat Radio, 89.5 FM Vallejo, right here with Sam Humeid of Flame and Leaf.
Yeah, let's go smoke this thing.
And then I got to set up the drop because I cannot forget the drop.
I'm gonna chase you out of earth.